Yeah. Welcome to the free webinar, Jumpstart Your Virtual Assistant Business 2022. Jumpstart Your Virtual Assistant Business with Shefumi Iloba. So in this webinar, I'll be taking you through what exactly is a virtual assistant, how to become a virtual assistant in Nigeria. That's how I was asking you where you're joining from. So that I'll be sure that you were joining me from Nigeria. How much does it cost to start a virtual assistant business in Nigeria? Common mistakes virtual assistant make, plus how to avoid them. If I have enough time, I can tell you how to brand your virtual assistant business and content creation, content marketing for virtual assistant. So this is for you if you want to own a thriving business, but you are not so good at direct sales of products and physical products. That's what I mean, right? You wish you could make money using the skills you already have, but you're not sure how to go about it. A lot of us have the skills to become virtual assistants. We just do not know that those skills can make you good money, right? So you hear about people make money online, working from home, and you have to have this kind of life. So this webinar is for you. The whole idea of starting your online business intrigued you. However, you're ready to be guided. This webinar is also for you. So you're welcome. You are in the right room. If any of these things surely, resonate with you. So who I am, my name is Shefumi Iloba. I am the creator of the 6-figure virtual assistant business course, and I help aspiring virtual assistants make 6 figures monthly by rendering services from home. But before I continue, let me unofficially introduce myself to you. I'm going to tell you a bit of my story and how I started the virtual assistant business. I started my virtual assistant business in 2017, like I told you before, right? When I was started, I had no idea what I was doing. In fact, at that time, what we do on Facebook is maybe I post once in blue moon, it could be once in 2-3 months or weeks. I don't post, I just go there, look at what people are doing, and I'm fine. But at some point in my life, I knew that I needed to be more and I can do more for myself. At this point, I was working as a confidential secretary and an administrator to someone. And well, when I started this job, I wasn't married. I lived all by myself. So, and as a workaholic that I am, I go to work, close anytime. Now, if you're one of the, if you're being an assistant, a personal assistant or confidential secretary to any of the big boys or the big girls in town, you know that you have a resumption time, but you don't have a closing time. You don't close until your boss closes. So at this time, I was working, I was single, I was making my money, enjoying my life. But then when I got married and I had my daughter, the problem started. Because number one, the money wasn't enough. I was earning less than, even after working for 5 years, I was still earning less than 50,000. I remember my last salary was 49,769 naira, right? That was my salary. So, and in the city where I live in the city of Abuja. For those of us who live in Abuja, in the early 2009, 2010, 2011, you know how expensive it is to put a child in the crèche. I think at that time, they were charging like 20K or 25,000 per month. So do the math. If I put my baby in the crèche, 25,000 per month, and I earn 50K per month, what of transport, what of feeding, what of every other thing. So I couldn't afford it, right, to put my baby in the crèche. But fortunately for me, my boss allowed me to bring my baby to work. So it was easy. The baby was small. She's about 3 months when I So I would just put her in a car seat, you know, do my work, and the baby is fine. But the problem actually started when my baby began to crawl. Most times when I leave my office to my boss's office, before I knew, my baby is already fell out of her car seat, and she's crying because maybe she was sleeping when I left. By the time I was coming back, she has woken up and she looked for mommy. She didn't find mommy. So you know, at that time, okay, I said, okay, what I'll do now, I'll get a mat and be putting her on the mat while I work. If she wants to sleep, I lay her on the mat. That worked for a while too, until she had mastered the art of crawling, and she'll crawl to the shelf and tear papers, files that does not belong to me. Can you imagine my frustration? It was absolutely a messy situation. I was tired. I was, you know, so I had to be backing her. I'll carry her on my back. So imagine from 8 a.m., my official closing time was 4 p.m. But like I said before, you don't have a closing time. As far as your boss is still in the office, you're still in the office. So I would tie a child on my back, had deadlines to meet, had works to do. Sometimes I need to go out of the office. I'm tying this child on my back. It was really a frustrating period for me, for my baby. And I became a shadow of myself. I get angry easily. Just any small thing like this, I'll flare up, and it was really bad. In fact, my husband was at the receiving end of my anger. Like, if I wasn't married to the man that God has made for me, probably I would have lost my mind because of the kind of frustration. I knew that I couldn't continue that way, because of course, how long will you continue to gaslight someone and expect them not to be angry? I knew I couldn't continue like that. One day in 2017, January, I told myself, enough is enough. I can't continue this kind of life. So I told my husband one of those days, I said, see, even if it would take me to hawk pure water in this street of Abuja, I am out of this job. So prior to leaving my job, I registered for some courses online for a coaching session. I never heard about virtual assistant. So one of those coaching sessions, my coach was asking me, what can you do? What have you been doing? What is the process you have been doing in your job? What are your skills? What are your talents? What is the knowledge you have? She was just trying to brainstorm with me. Then I told her, oh, I've been a secretary, confidential secretary and administrator for 5 years. She said, that's it. You can become a virtual assistant. And honestly, I did not know what virtual assistant was at this time of my life. So I put in the work. I knew, because going back to that job wasn't an option. So I knew that I had to put in the work, put in all the effort I could gather together to make this work. And in 6 months, I doubled my salary. Just working from my home. In fact, when I started, I didn't have a laptop. Just from my phone, using my phone, I doubled my salary. And most importantly, I was able to take care of my daughter, have enough time with her, and we were no longer stressed. So it's been a wild and fun ride since then. Without my VA business, I would have remained in my frustration. Right? I would have remained in my frustration, keeping a job that wasn't paying my bills, and probably even lost my marriage, or left the job and remain a bloody housewife. So my goal is to never hold back anything, or never hold a secret that could help someone else and give them a life that they desire, especially women. You see, I see a lot of stories. Yesterday, I was still reading one story on social media where they said the lady was in labor. She wanted to give birth to a child. Then because her mother-in-law said her husband should not sign, and the lady died with the pregnancy. I know with the research I've been carrying out and surveys I've been carrying out, I know a lot of these women could not sign those terms for themselves because they are not making money for themselves. They have to rely on their husbands or somebody somewhere to pay their bills, which really breaks my heart every single time. But I know there are men in this room as well. You are not an exception, but I'm just telling you what my passion is: never ever to hold anything that could help anybody become better at what they can do than what they can become. To demystify the process that many will want to be a virtual assistant, will prefer to think as a mystery. This is not a mystery at all. It's as simple as ABCD. When we start, we understand what I'm saying. So what I mean is that I will personally hold you by the hand, show you how to go until you can go all by yourself. I want you to know that you can trust me, right? I started this coaching business. I was making my money. I was enjoying my life. I was just cruising until one day I just sat down and I said, oh, there are a lot of other women who are also going through what I'm going, try to choose between losing their job or raising their children all by themselves, but they can't because they don't know what to do outside that. So like I said, when I started virtual assistant business, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was following my coach, following her instructions. And to be honest, virtual assistants have taken me into rooms I would never have entered. Has given me relationship platforms I will never have entered if I remain in my job. I'm not in any way telling you to go and resign from your job, right? But I'm just telling you my own story. Relationships, I've seen a lot of advantages, right? So I've told you all the story. I was slipping into depression. This is the life I wanted, walking on my bed, enjoying my life, and just flexing. But I have this life now. Like I can literally not step out of my house for days, not even my corridor. I may not get to my corridor for days, right? Right. So from where I'm coming from, this is what I've been able to do, becoming a virtual assistant. Built my business from scratch to 6 figures monthly. So on a bad month, there's a 6-figure, right? Train over 500 virtual assistants as well. I have 3 staff on my payroll right now. Founded Siva's agency, founded Siva's Academy, and I've taught on many platforms, just talking about virtual assistants and the rest of them. I've been mentored on different platforms. I've spoken different opportunities that don't even make it to social media, right? So I'm just telling you to see how far you can go with your virtual assistant business, right? Are we still together? So like I said, I've told you what you'll be learning in this webinar. So let's just get to it. What is a virtual assistant, or who is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is someone who provides professional services remotely. So you are providing your services from the comfort of your home. Well, not necessarily your home, but not in a physical location as a secretary. And let me bust your bubble. Virtual assistant is not just an online secretary. There is more to it, because there should be a service that you are providing, right? So virtual assistant is an independent contractor. I have to say that every single time, because I see virtual assistant newbies, people who are new in this industry, make a lot of mistakes, right? While they're trying to build their business, they make a lot of mistakes. You are an independent contractor. You are an independent contractor, which means you are an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur. So when someone hires you, you are not their staff. You are not their staff, but you are operating outside of the client's office. A virtual assistant isn't just someone who calls themselves virtual assistant. No, they are someone who does the work. There is work to be done. It's not that you click some few buttons online and bam, your account number is bubbling with money. No, it doesn't work that way, sir. Ama, it doesn't work that way. Right? It doesn't work that way. So you have to do the work. There are services that you must be rendering, and their service, and you have to be professional at what you do. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you are together, please drop me comments in the comment section telling me that we're together. You can hear me.
We're together.
Yo. So If you are looking for get rich,
Inflation.
what's it called? Get rich quick
Get rich
scheme,
quick scheme.
MMM, all those type of things. Please, can you just go away from this webinar? This webinar is not for you. Please, this is not, virtual assistant is not a get rich quick scheme. I say it again, type it for me in the chat room. Virtual assistant is not a get rich quick. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if they are rhyming together, maybe they are not rhyming. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm going to share some of the things with you to know whether virtual assistant is a good fit for you. Because trust me, I've told you all the juicy part of this whole Kinikon Abi, but it's not everybody. Thank you. I can see your charts. It's not a get rich quick scheme. No, it's not. So I'm going to share some qualities that you must possess if you this Zoom call will go away very soon. I don't know why I couldn't pay. They are not accepting my card, right? Please come back immediately so we can get to it. Number one thing is that good spoken and written English. Number one quality that you must possess is good spoken and written English. You must be able to communicate perfectly in English language, because you are not in a physical office. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are not in a physical location, and if you must communicate with your clients, your potential clients, your target audience, you must be able to communicate effectively. And I will usually say that communication has not occurred until the person at the receiving end understood exactly what you're trying to say. Do you get? Okay, I'm still interested to follow through to make the 6 digits. Correct. You are at the right place. Number 2 is you must be proactive. You must be proactive. Like I said before, I say virtual assistant is an independent contractor. You must be proactive. Right now, maybe for those of us who were coming from paid employment, you had a boss, somebody gives you instruction, what to do every day. This is the target for every day. As a virtual assistant, nobody is going to be doing that for you. So you have to tell yourself, this is what I want to achieve today. I want to build a website today. I want to land a client today. You are your own self-motivator. You are the person who will keep pushing yourself. You are the person who is your own, what's the word now? Your own revenue generator. You are your own marketer. You have to market your business. And this is the part that a lot of people don't like. When we start, they just run away. They're not doing it again. I will tell you the whole truth so that you know exactly what you are getting into. You know what exactly what you are getting into. You must be proactive person somebody who can think ahead of time, right? Someone who can think beforehand, before something happens for you, for your clients, when your client base is growing. Another thing is ability to work under minimum or no supervision at all. I usually tell my students that if your client has to be checking, Ola, have you done the post? Annette, have you done the post? Bemisola, have you sent the email? Have you done? Well, there's no need hiring you. Like I said, you're not an online secretary. You are a professional. So nobody wants to come and be checking up on you. Have you done the job? When are you going to send the email now?